Hello. Welcome to Break Time with Monte. Today's story, Landing Mishap, Not a Surprise. Thai Airways International said Wednesday it had encountered problems with the landing gear on its Airbus A330-300 fleet prior to Sunday night's landing mishap. The airline says landing gear had history of faults. A Thai 330-300 veered off the runway after landing at Suvarnabhumi Airport, injuring 40 people. Part of the landing gear had been subject to an aviation watchdog warning. Thai Executive Vice President for the Technical Department, Flight Lieutenant Monte Jomriang, said Wednesday that preliminary testing showed the accident was the result of a defective bogie beam on the aircraft's landing gear. He said the faulty part caused the gear to collapse about 1 kilometer down the runway. A bogie beam connects the wheels on an aircraft's landing gear horizontally and allows them to pivot on takeoff and landing. According to Flight Lieutenant Monte, Airbus recommended close surveillance of the bogie beams of its A330-300 planes when Thai ordered them. The landing gear was manufactured by French-based film Monsieur Bugatti Doughty Company. The European Aviation Safety Authority, EASA, issued an emergency airworthiness directive on June 29, 2011 about the landing gear of some Airbus aircraft series, including the A330-300. The directive said during the ground load test cycles, the main landing gear bogie beam prematurely fractured as a result of its assembly method. Fracture of a MLG bogie beam under high speed could ultimately result in the airplane departing the runway or in the bogie beam detaching from the airplane, or MLG collapse, which could cause structural damage to the airplane and injury to the occupants, the directive read. EASA ordered a reduction in the existing MLG bogie beam life cycle. The bogie beam has a lifespan of 10 years, and the one which broke on Sunday had not been replaced since it was first installed in 2004. But I can confirm that it was checked every 2 years, Flight Lieutenant Monte said. He said that due to the warning from Airbus, Thai checked the landing gear every 2 years, and Airbus staff always took part in the inspections. We found cracks on the bogie beams on some of our A330-300 aircraft after 3 to 4 rounds of maintenance. The affected parts were replaced, he said, stressing that Thai adheres strictly to maintenance regulations. He said the airlines operates 27 Airbus A330-300 aircraft. The plane involved in Sunday's accident was delivered in 1995 and was among the first batch of 12 A330-300s that Thai purchased. The group of aircraft is due to be decommissioned between next year and 2017. The group of aircraft is due to be commissioned between next year and 2017. The bogie beam involved in Sunday's accident was last checked in February last year, when it was found to be in a usable condition Flight Lieutenant Monte said. He added that the plane involved in the accident would require 2 new engines and 3 new bogey beams. The plane was removed from Suvarnabhum's eastern runway about 3:30 p.m. Wednesday, and the runway was reopened at 8:10 p.m. Now, today's vocabulary. Adhere, adhere. Affected, affected. Airworthiness, airworthiness. Assembly, assembly. Aviation, aviation. Based, based. Batch, batch. Beam, beam. Collapse, collapse. Crack, crack. Cycle, cycle. Decommission, decommission. Defective, defective. Depart, depart. Detach, detach. Directive, directive. Due to, due to. Emergency, emergency. Encounter, encounter. Existing, existing. Fault, fault. Faulty, faulty. Firm, firm. Fleet, fleet. Fracture, fracture. Hanger, hanger. Horizontally, horizontally. Injure, injure. Inspection, inspection. Install, install. Involved, involved. Issue, issue. Landing gear, landing gear. Life cycle, life cycle. Lifespan, lifespan. Maintenance, maintenance. Manufacture, manufacture. Method, method. Mishap, mishap. Nudge, nudge. Occupants, occupants. Pivot, pivot. Preliminary, preliminary. Premature, premature. Prior to, prior to. Recommend, recommend. Reduction, reduction. Regulations, regulations. Replace, replace. Runway, runway. Skid, skid. Staff, staff. Stress, stress. strictly, strictly, structural, structural, subject, subject, surveillance, surveillance, take off, take off, ultimately, ultimately, veer, veer, warning, warning, watchdog, watchdog. That's today's lesson, friends. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time on Break Time with Monte.